Captain's log, stardate 54.851.3. We are still on course for the center of the triangle, and or one more step toward or forward in solving what is the cause of this sector-wide anomaly, or whom is behind it. Some of my crew have voiced their opinions on not helping the Amokians and their descendants of the Kent. While the Prime Directive is truly clear on this matter, the Amokians have destroyed their planet to the point that they are near extinction levels. Any help on our part will be more of what the descendants from the Kent have come up with. As an I have extended efforts. Any extended efforts would have done on my part and of the Federation. While my offer would still stand to transport to another world, the descendants of the Amok who wish to leave. Their choice of the matter was clear, and they truly wish to stay. While it would be easy to heal the planet, the other factions on the planet may take advantage of this new situation, and the choice of my actions would doom other factions no matter which part I take. Doing nothing here seems to be the wiser choice in this matter. The way for the Amokans to heal the world is to by working together, and so far they have chosen not to. Any intervention on our part would be devastating to the current cultural conditions that exist on the planet, and this time we would have to play in meteor to discourage any acts of aggression on the Amok Prime. And given the current hazard that exists in this sector, any help to the Amokians would be dangerous to the expedition as was the Kent 90 years ago. As for our current passengers, she will remain in stasis until we solve this mystery. Afterwards, I will have another look at Amok Prime and the possible methods to help them. But for now, they are on their own. And Captain's log.
All right. So I got a couple things to take care of really quick. So I believe you're all on the map now.
I can see the map.
So you're currently on course for this system here, or this point on the map here. So that kind of gives you a little idea of where you're at within the Devil's Triangle. The next bit we have to take care of is a little part that Nadan and quite possibly the doctor is finishing up, and that is research into the radiation effects themselves. So Nadan, I'll have you and the doctor kind of do this. So it's going to be an extended task. It's going to be a difficulty 2, work 10, magnitude 3. I'm only going to give you 6 intervals to do this, as you are a little bit on a time crunch as you're approaching the next system and have to get back to your duty stations.
Sorry. Say one more time. I I missed what you said the attribute and discipline was.
I actually did not say what that is yet because I
Oh,
did not
I,
make it up yet. So this is probably going to be, um, I would say either reason and either science or medicine, whatever disciplines you guys want to use for them. And you could be assisted by the ship's computers and let's say medicine.
okay. So reason medicine. All right. And let's see. Any of my focuses. I doubt any of my focuses apply, but I'm sure Nadon might have some.
Uh, would astrophysics apply in terms of figuring out the radius or the radiation particle identity?
No.
Okay.
All right. Nadon, do you want to take the lead and I'll assist, or do you want me to lead and you'll assist? How do you want to do this?
I can take the lead, I guess.
Alrighty, I will gladly assist then. And what was the, and sorry, I just saw the post. Oops. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Uh, okay, let's see. All right.
Go complications.
Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay.
All right, so are there any rerolls in this?
I
Ouch.
don't think we have any momentum, and we didn't spend any momentum.
Right, I'm going to take all of these complications as threat because I love threats, and I'm going to have a lot more fun with you guys.
We
Oh dear.
screwed that up. Well, that's one down. Let's try that again.
So hold on, we got to roll some challenge dice. Nadon, go ahead and roll me 7, and Doctor, you can roll me 1 challenge dice.
Okay. Oh, I got a 2. Oh, and Tom got a lot.
10.
Good lord.
So that'll be 2 breakthroughs. And I'm going to give you both something so you can role play out a little bit
Okay.
before we do the next roll.
Okay, good. Based on my readings here, it seems that our current treatments are likely adequate to manage the threat from the radiation, Doctor. I thankfully, because we have our your department and your staff, it's not as much of a threat for us as it would have been for the Kepler.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It seems like from what I'm reading here, or at least from what I can tell anyways, it seems like we should be able to synthesize any, or rather they were unable to synthesize any treatments, but we have at least managed a little bit in the direction. It's certainly going to be tricky, I can tell already. This is this is not exactly my field. I am not really sure where to go next, to be honest, but, well, let's keep cracking at it, I suppose.
All right, go ahead and give me that same roll. This time it'll be a difficulty of 0. You have technically 4 intervals left, but because you crushed the first roll, really irrelevant at this point. Unless, of course,
Oh
that
dear.
happens.
Oh, oh no.
It's
Well, I
gonna
mean,
be one of those
at least
nights, I
at
see.
least it's not complications, though. It's not complications.
So since she did not get any successes, there are no
Oh,
assists to
there's no
this.
assists yet. Yeah.
However,
Okay,
it is
sorry.
still difficulty 0. So I guess there's
So
assist. I gotta see how this works.
oh yeah, that's actually a good point.
I believe it's they have to get at least one success for there to be assist.
Yeah, I
if
think
I'm
the
not mistaken.
I think the leader has to get at least one success. I'm pretty sure in order for
Um,
the in order for the assists to go through.
but Prax can correct me if I'm wrong.
Let me pull up my.
I think that's how I understand it too. Is the leader must get one assist or one success at least, but I'm definitely
I
not a
believe that
rules
is
expert.
as well. This book does not make it easy to find things.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, the book is a little finicky.
I was trying to find the assist in the book. Table of contents, maybe? Are you helpful? You are not. That doesn't matter though. So go ahead and give me the same challenge test because you technically did succeed at the task. You just won't get any momentum out of it.
Okay.
Really, you just need a point of work, which
So apparently I can roll well if it's challenge dice.
Oh well, apparently so can I. I just got a 1. I'll take it.
well, I tried to get you guys some momentum, but the dice were not helping you. In fact, it helped me.
Yeah. It is what it is. All right. If
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
if I'm interpreting this correctly, Lieutenant, I do believe that. How do I want to phrase this? If I'm interpreting this correctly, the particle is some sort of byproduct from a high energy source of some kind. However, from what I can tell, at least from my end, the source seems rather elusive.
Yes, I agree. I suspect whatever caused it is still active, however, only because if it was a transient event that caused these particles, they would have dissipated into the surrounding region and become diluted with time. If it had just been in response to a single event 90 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Ah, goodness. How to tackle this? Goodness. Why don't we try What if we tried using a short range What if we tried using a short range tachyon pulse
It's worth a shot.
All right, so as you guys are playing with some tachyon pulses, elsewhere on the ship, some of the senior staff, and the doctor is still here apparently, are in the royal mess grabbing a quick bite to eat before you're to report back to your duty station. So whoever wants to do a little bit of free role play inside the captain's mess, or on the royal mess, go ahead and feel free.
I'll bite.
Anyone else want to join Casey? It is open to everyone, by the way, including the people in the science lab. You could grab a quick bite.
He's just having a grilled cheese. If anyone else wants a good grilled cheese.
I'll join Casey. Well, Casey, what are we having?
Grilled cheese today, sir. I'm not sure if something of that sort exists on Trill, but
I've never heard of this. Actually, I consider myself pretty learned on sandwiches, and I've never had this before.
well, you see, it's a classic case of the greater than the sum of its parts. It is 3 simple ingredients: butter, bread, and cheese of your choice.
Okay. And you just eat it like a normal sandwich? With your hands?
Well, of course, it must be cut into triangles, but other than that, yes.
Okay.
Tomato soup is considered a appropriate side as well, or it can just be eaten on its own.
Okay. And do you drink anything with this?
Well, I suppose you could drink anything with it.
So, traditional beverage?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Unless you can consider tomato soup to be a beverage.
Well, we can certainly try. Well, here goes nothing. And DeGrasse picks it up and bites into it. This is interesting. What kind of cheese is this?
Well, this is a 3-cheese blend. We have Gruyere, pepper jack, and mozzarella.
I have to admit, I'm feeling a sensation in my mouth. A little. My bowels are becoming a little upset.
Well,
It's like heat, almost.
well, I suppose I'm not terribly sure of Trill reactions to dairy products. Have you eaten other dairy products?
I have, but and then DeGrasse starts kind of breaking into a sweat. I've never had a reaction like this.
Me neither. Grilled cheese is quite possibly the most easily digested food I can think of.
Is it unusual to experience pain when eating the sandwich? Is that the draw?
I would say no. Wasn't terribly spicy pepper jack in there, but I can't say I've had any traditional Trill dishes to judge on their levels of spiciness.
Okay, well, if you don't mind, I might have to come back to this one. It might take me a while to work up to this.
Oh, well, if you'd like, sir, I can have you replicated just a plain one. Just cheddar.
Yeah, let's try that.
The classic.
Looking visibly white at this point.
DeGrasse, go ahead and give me a fitness medicine difficulty
What was the difficulty?
1.
Gotcha. Oh, God.
I'm going to use
Oh,
that
no.
complication.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm going to medical for eating a grilled cheese sandwich now, aren't
Oh no!
I?
Well, I'll see you down there.
Oh. All right, give it to me, Ed.
I'm going to type it out to you.
DeGrasse's stomach gurgles. Casey, I haven't checked the standard Starfleet protocols, but I think it's frowned upon to attempt to poison your superior officer.
Well, I'm sure it would be encouraged on a Klingon ship. Let's go to sickbay. Perhaps the doctor has something that
I
can
don't have
help
enough.
you.
I don't have enough time for that. DeGrasse gets up and bounds towards the door.
And almost full sprint, DeGrasse makes toward the door, leaving Casey in a little bit of shock and awe at what just happened.
I guess he'll go back to eating his sandwich.
Meanwhile, the echoes of retching are heard down the hall, I guess.
Gotta type you one more thing, DeGrasse.
Oh, thanks, Ed. Do I roll to find out if DeGrasse made it or not?
Yeah, you will. We don't need to do that. We don't need to go that far.
All right, because I'll stick to it if I have to. So, needless to say, DeGrasse will not be trying pepper jack cheese anymore.
Important lessons learned today.
Lots of good character development.
And I'm gonna assume that you're gonna make your way to sickbay.
Yes.
All right. So you could get to sickbay. You could either be treated by one of the nurses, or you can call the good doctor.
Nurse, is the doctor on duty?
The doctor is currently in the labs working with Lieutenant Nadam.
Oh. Can you call for him? I don't feel so well. I think there might be something wrong with me.
Sheriff, have a seat here. We'll get you started on with some scan.
Thank you.
Doctor to sickbay. Medical emergency.
This is the doctor. I'm on my way. I'll be there as soon as I can. Right, Nadan. I'll be right back.
And a couple of minutes later, doctor, you enter sickbay.
Whew. All right. Okay. I'm here. What's going on?
Well, doctor, I seem to be experiencing some gastrointestinal difficulties.
Well. All right. Well, let's take a look. What I suppose you had something bad in the mess hall then, huh? Or did you
Mm,
what what tell well,
Mm.
so fill me in. What's going
At that, DeGrasse
at that pull
spits
out
up a little.
uh-oh.
Yeah.
I pull out a medical tricorder and nod to the nurse to start some sort of mild painkiller or whatever.
So DeGrasse will wipe off his mouth with his sleeve. Say, yeah, I was eating with Casey, and I must have had something that didn't agree with me.
Well, not always good to share food, but well, I guess it's a lesson for next time. Let's see what I can do for you, Commander.
Thanks,
And,
doctor.
All right, doctor, go ahead and give me a controlled medicine difficulty of 2. The added difficulty is for the complication.
right, and I'm assuming xenobiology will attach,
Yeah, we'll go ahead and let you get that one.
and let's see. So we don't have any momentum. And you said it was difficulty 2.
Correct.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and throw a threat at you for a third die. Why not?
I mean, it's not like I've tried to give you guys momentum. It's just
No, no,
not
no.
working.
I know it's fine. Yeah, it's all good. So since I'm using threat, I don't get cautious. Oh well, I got 2, so that's
Yep.
fine.
Yeah, Mendrock, the doctor administers the treatment, DeGrasse, the doctor administers the treatment, and you start to feel better.
Oh my god.
Could I have gotten
Doctor?
an assist from the nurse or whatever that was in there? But I mean, I guess I don't need it. But I should have asked first. But
It will cost a crew support, so if you'd like.
true enough.
You also have the medical office, the CMO's advantage in sickbay. So you just got to
Yeah.
remember about that.
Keep forgetting about that, don't I? Oh well. All right, next time. All right. Well, let's just apply a little. Let's just apply a little bit of a. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a mild relaxant here, Commander, and I'm going to suggest bed rest for at least 8 hours, and then if anything else comes up, just let me know.
Oh. Understood, doctor. I'll watch what I eat next time. And by the way, I never got the chance to welcome you on board the expedition. Hope you find your stay here exciting.
Well, it has certainly been that already. Between the well, I won't say abduction because it wasn't really an abduction. It was more of a we kind of just got caught with our pants down sort of situation, really. And then we got lucky and ran into those other folks. And now we're all safe and sound, at least as far as I can tell.
Well, let's hope it stays that way. I'll let you know if I feel any more discomfort. Thank you again.
Please do. And do not hesitate to call me. I am always available.
Thank you. And with that, DeGrasse will go back to his quarters until he's ready for duty.
All right, cool. We'll head back to the Royal Mess where the captain and Jezu
What time of day is it again?
it's probably around lunchtime. You know, the senior staff are getting a quick bite to eat before they have to get back to their duty stations for the arrival at the system. So, you know, you're probably out stretching your legs a little bit before, you know, you might have to take a long shift.
Bob, one Hasper at souffle. And
Coming right up, Captain.
Canine supplement number 46 for Jezu.
And he'll nod and he'll go to the replicator. He turns around with two plates, one with your Hesbred, and he sets it in front of you with some silverware, and he'll set the canine supplement on the ground so Jezu can start.
Oh, and Trillaberry tea, please.
Coming right up. And I'll go ahead and make it right there. So how are things on the bridge today, Captain?
Well, quiet for now.
Are we any closer to solving this mystery?
Hopefully soon.
Well, Captain, if there's anyone that could get us through this, it's you.
All thanks to the rest of the crew.
It is a fine senior staff you have brought together here, Captain. One of the finest I've ever served.
Well, I will be sure to let them know.
Thank you, Captain. I'll leave you to your thoughts. Let me know if there's anything else I can get.
Thank you.
And he'll go and start preparing the dinner menu.
Casey will walk up to the captain and say, "Excuse me, Captain, but do Trill usually eat spicy food? Pardon my ignorance."
There are various spices on Trill.
Very interesting. Thank you, sir.
Why do you ask?
Well, I'm afraid a situation has developed with the first officer. He seemed to have an ill reaction to my pepper jack cheese sandwich. I was uncertain if Trill are accustomed to the use of spicy peppers or sort of capsicum plants. But it may be just the commander.
I mean, I'm eating this.
Yes. Indeed, Captain. Thank you for clarifying that for me. I was concerned I'd committed some sort of cultural faux pas with. I'm not. Despite my many now Trill colleagues, I'm not entirely familiar with the culture.
Don't worry, Commander. Not many are, really.
Well, thank you again, Captain. I guess I'll be heading to the bridge.
I'll be up there shortly.
And he'll exit.
Just as you're about to turn around and leave, both of you notice that the ship dropped out of warp.
Taps her combat. Bridge status report.
We just unexpectedly dropped out of warp, Captain.
Cause.
Unsure.
Very well. I'll be up there momentarily. Kind of takes a sip of her tea, pushes the plate aside, and grabs the leash and heads to the bridge. Well, going to her quarters first to drop off Jezu.
All right. So I'm pretty sure everyone got the call to head back to their duty stations. And the preliminary reports are that the ship just unexpectedly dropped out of warp. Engineering is still working on the cause.
Nidal, get a sensor sweep of the area. Figure out what dropped us prematurely out of warp.
Hey, Captain, we'll do. Is there a role associated with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a difficulty 1. And Mendrock, can you go ahead and give me a reason or insight with your engineering difficulty 1?
Sure.
What was the role for me? You cut out right after you said difficulty 1.
Probably reason science. Nadan, you could be assisted by sensor science.
Can I use my focus diagnostics?
Sure can.
Excellent.
All right, Nadan, you'll actually get 4 momentum out of that. Mendrock, you'll get another 2.
Engineering to bridge.
Go ahead, Chief.
Sir, it looks like there's something interfering with the engines. We can't create a stable warp bubble here. So we'll be limited to impulse and thrusters only.
Captain, I may know why the chief engineer is unable to get the system to achieve a stable warp bubble. There's a very high concentration of that radioactive particle up ahead. It appears it's tripping an automatic safety mechanism. It does not appear that it's in high enough concentration to damage the ship. However, it does appear high enough that it's tripping some of the automatic safety overrides.
How close are we to the epicenter?
For a momentum, I will give it.
Yeah, I'll spend the momentum.
Free question.
Already used it.
About 2 million kilometers from here, Captain.
Helm time to arrive at coordinates at full impulse.
Oh, now I gotta figure out math. I'm not sure if there's a calculator for that. But let's just say an hour or so. Speed of plot and such. Could be within the system in 1 hour, Captain.
Very well. Any dangers in dawn to our impulse reactors? The current particle saturation.
That'll be another question, but I'll accept it.
No, Captain. It appears only to affect our ability to create a stable warp.
GM, I missed your message there earlier. Was that the same information that Nadan got?
It is different.
Okay. Captain, I'm picking up high yield energy discharges from about 1 million kilometers away. No positive identification on a source yet.
Is that coming the general direction we're heading towards, Mr. Casey?
GM?
Typing in.
Roger. It's not directly in our course, sir, but it's slightly off, but as we move toward our destination, we will, of course, be getting closer. It is in that direction.
Helm full impulse. Resume our course. Nidan, Mr. Casey, if you can't work out to figure out what's the source or cause of that high energy beam.
Aye, Captain.
Aye, Captain.
Okay, so I'll give you guys a roll. Go ahead and so this could be either a reason or insight using either science or security. I'll let you be assisted by whatever discipline is going to be the main role. You guys can assist each other. I'm going to make this a difficulty of 4 base, but since I have all this lovely threat, I'm going to make it a difficulty 5.
All right, my insight security is 14. I imagine you might have a higher reason science or insight science.
That would be correct, yeah.
All right. Congratulations. You are now leader.
So would the ship's computers be assisting on this as well?
Sensor science, so at the end of the day, it'll be a difficult.
Great.
Observation focus.
Yes.
Awesome.
I don't really have any applicable focuses, so can I buy 1 extra die with momentum?
That is what it's there for.
Great. Do that.
Now you're rolling good.
Yeah. And rolling for the ship.
All right, you get one of the. Actually, you get your momentum back.
Great.
Captain, it's difficult to tell through all this radiation, but I do believe we have detected a ship, and that is the source of these energy discharges.
Helm, move us to intercept that vessel.
Aye, Captain. Moving to intercept.
Any identification on the origin of that vessel, who it belongs to?
Negative, Captain. I recommend yellow alert.
Very well.
Okay, if there's no more questions, we'll go ahead and do a little speed of plot type thing. And after probably about 30 minutes, you get to within range to put it on your view screen. And on the view screen appears a sleek and slender triangular shaped ship, about the size of a steam runner class ship. And the ship appears to be a bright white in color.
Nadon, do a sensor sweep on it.
Yes, Captain.
All right, this is Reason Science base difficulty 3. Assisted by a sensor.
Like I just made it.
Yep, you get a momentum out of it.
Captain, it appears that the ship, appears to be fully powered and shielded. There are life signs aboard and weapon signatures aboard as well. Their shields are only at about half strength.
Any identification on what species they belong to?
I can use it as a free question.
Sure. The technology is not in the database, Captain. It appears that they're not of any known species. Likewise with their life sign signatures.
Where are they shooting the beam at?
Oh, it appears they were just shooting the beam into space, Captain. I don't see anything in the path of it. Or rather, I don't detect anything on sensors in the path of it. Perhaps it was their species, like some form of distress beacon, or an attempt at one.
Out of game real quick, you did say the shields or their weapons were up. Well, because they're shooting the beam.
Yes.
Yeah, she detected weapons on the ship.
Casey, open hailing frequencies.
Opening channels.
All right, this is going to be control engineering difficulty of 3.
For me to open hailing frequencies?
Yep. You know, the particle. Otherwise it'd be a diff 0, but
Don't take it any of my focuses apply. So I'll spend 3 momentum for 4 dice. Let's see how this goes.
oh no, you could be assisted by the ship's communications engineering.
Roger that. Where's comes in? Did I win? Ooh. Why can't I see? Okay, yeah, communications. Oops.
All right, Casey, you open communication frequencies. It is badly garbled and staticky, but you do get a reply. I am Commander Clive of the Eno Union.
I am Captain Israel Prax of the United Starship Expedition.
Captain Prax, USX Expedition. This region is contested. The Eno Union cannot guarantee your safety.
My vessel, Captain, was investigating the source of these radiation particles that seem to saturate what we refer to as a sector-wide anomaly. It appears that this location is the source of it. Can you please elaborate on the system being contested?
A cult has perverted the teachings of the Creator and has engaged us in open hostile action within this sector. Any assistance given to this cult will be treated as an act of hostility against the Eno Union.
These particles are. Did the EO, your union, created them?
Captain, go ahead and give me a presence command. I'll spend some threat to make this a difficulty of 3.
Persuasion for a focus.
Yes.
Does diffuse the tension count in this? 'Cause I am not wanting to resort to violence. Because it seems like they're currently in a state of war and very jumpy.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
I get a free dice. I'm gonna roll 4, so take a threat, and I'll spend 1 momentum.
I get 3 momentum out of it. Dear God. I just gotta check something up. Hold on. Sector E108A was designated as a scientific testing system.
You are currently aware that this scientific testing that you've undergone has resulted in the loss of 2 of our vessels, as well as pervertedly hurt another species roughly 5 light years away.
Information to the scientific experiments taking place in Sector E108 Alpha has been classified. On authority of the Regent of Eno Union.
Are you aware that you make this area inhospitable to certain humanoid life humanoid life without taking necessary advanced precautions to avoid such deadly harm to them?
The scientific experiments have been deemed classified.
Very well. You are also operating in a region of space that is claimed by the United Federation of Planets. Are you aware of this?
This space belongs to the Eno Union.
The Federation has not conducted any prior dealings with the Eno Union. I would like to propose a negotiation with a representative from the EO Union because we're at this point in a regional dispute on terms for claim space.
We will contact the Regency.
Very well. We will wait your reply here.
We will travel back to Eno Union. We will be in contact.
Very well. Motions to Casey to cut the communications.
Channel closed.
And on the view screen, you notice that the ship almost disappears entirely from the view screen.
Hey Don, how close are we to that star system?
I'll triangulate the position, Captain. We're approximately 1 million kilometers, Captain. Approximately 20 to 30 minutes at full impulse.
There's something else going on around here, especially the fact that they claim this is our own space. Has the saturation started to dissipate, Lieutenant?
I will check again, Captain.
What was the question?
Has the saturation dissipated at all? No, Captain. It's still reading at the same level.
Very well. Helm, set a course for our previous course, full impulse.
Aye, Captain. All right, and you guys travel for about 10 minutes or so.
Captain, I'm experiencing some odd readings on the sensors. there's regions that appear to be empty. They're approximately 6 meters. They measure approximately 6 meters by 2 meters. I'll pull up the locations and layout of them on the screen.
Okay, go ahead and give me a reason in science, difficulty 4, assisted by the ship's sensors in science. So this would be ultimately a difficulty of 3. And that was actually a crit. I don't think you turned on your focus.
What
And what
focus?
sensor object.
Oh, I don't have a focus in that, so no, I don't.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah,
my
so-
focuses are computers, geology, exotectonics, astrophysics, improvisation, and cooling systems.
Oh. So you might have been getting free successes, because I did not realize. What was the ship's sensor science?
It's too short. It's 12.
Okay. I'll let you guys succeed at cost in this.
Sorry, I just need to mute a couple other noisy channels because I'm just getting pop-ups and I can't actually read the message.
No worries.
Yeah, the general chat's been bumping lately.
We have a lot of people, so.
Is there a recent count on numbers in the fleet?
About 160.
Damn.
It fluctuates around that number.
I think it was like 50 when I joined.
Okay.
60 maybe.
Captain, I'm still having trouble picking up what these are, but it appears to be some sort of highly concentrated matter that's moving.
And as soon as she finishes that sentence, your ship shakes a little bit. As if something hit your ship.
Mr. Casey, source of impact?
Captain, our shields are dropping. And he will also start to work on a source of impact.
It's like your shields took like a hit, like
Yeah,
they're down.
yeah. They're dropping in power, but not down, is what I intended by that, I guess, but ill worded.
Engineering the bridge.
Go ahead, Chief.
We're losing power. Well, we've lost some power, Captain. Might lose some more. They're trying to stop that.
All right, Casey, go ahead and give me a reason or insight security difficulty of 4, assisted by the ship's sensors and security. So it'll be a difficulty 3.
Okay. I'll generate a threat for an extra dice. I don't take it any of my focuses apply. Here goes nothing. Yeah, it was assisted by ship sensor security, right? Or
Yes.
sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and you could use your observation because you're trying to locate what.
Okay. Well, it wouldn't have made a difference, I guess. Would it have? 9. Nope. 19. Nope. Yeah. All right. Well, I get a reroll anyway. Well, that was just phenomenal. I don't know what happened to my rolling today, but
I will let you guys succeed at cost if you give me 2 threat.
yeah, I vote yes. Any
What
other?
was the difficulty?
Base
3.
difficulty was 4, so difficulty 3.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll vote to give the 2 threat unless other people don't want to.
Sure, why not? You already got a bunch of it as it is. So.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
take
2
it, Ed.
more.
It's great. Yeah.
2 more isn't gonna hurt us too much.
Okay, so there's no way you
he's
could possibly.
probably
You
sitting,
say that.
he's close to 20 threat probably at this point in time. So
I spent some, so I'll tell you it's 17.
yeah, I did figure it was close to 20.
I'm sure it will turn out fine. Take the 2 thread, Ed. Enjoy the
be
additional
fine.
power.
Fine, nothing's on fire.
You say that, so if we all die, it's your fault.
Please do not say that. I don't want to lose my ship.
Yeah, I've only played the character like more than a year. I don't really have any attachment to him.
I've played this character since the installment of the fleet, so
Yeah, let's not kill anybody today. Oh boy.
Captain, it appears to be the stellar masses that Nadan had earlier discovered. They're impacting the ship and doing minor damage to our shields, but more importantly, they have a power damping effect, and they're still sort of swarming around the ship.
Helm, back us off.
Aye, Captain. And Khan will back you off.
So Casey, see if you can't use the charter beam and lock on to some of that substance. See if we can't figure out what it is.
Just for reference, you guys don't have to worry about that.
Uh-huh. And he went AFK.
Medical to the bridge.
Yes, doctor.
There seems to be a little bit of shaking going on down here. Is everything all right? Should I come up to the bridge?
Everything's fine currently, doctor.
Roger that. Just call me if anything is needed.
Will do. Petty Officer Shistrat. Yeah. I hate Andorian names. Shakrothreth. Please lock a tractor beam on some of that material for study. We'll just use a supporting character.
Okay. This will cost you the support. This will be a difficulty 5 task, however.
Adapt, improvise, and overcome for determination spend.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that reminds me, because I have veteran. I never rolled to get my determination back last game.
So this is a new episode, but you get it.
Yeah,
You
it was just
start with.
yeah. I sorry.
You said difficulty 5?
That is correct.
Energy-based weapons technology for focus.
I don't know if that would apply.
You have to stretch.
I don't think so.
Take 1 threat, spending 1 momentum. She has bold security. Oh, Kota is the better one for this role. But oh
Well, there's 4. So I believe she gets a reroll, and then you still have structured security from the ship.
well, she does get the reroll, so.
I'm sorry, Captain. I can't get a lock on them. It's almost as if there's nothing to lock onto.
Understood. We'll just have to make do. Nidon, do you think you can get some sensor scans of that material from here?
Yes, Captain. The quality is the only question in my mind. But I'll start running the scans right away.
Right, so before you run the scans, I need to know what the Gross, Mendrock, and the Doctor would do.
Well, I guess I will come up to. I guess I'll come up to the bridge, even though I was told I wasn't needed. I'll come up anyway.
Right, sounds good. Mendrock and DeGrasse.
I was, Mendrock was going to try and help restore power or help prevent any more power loss.
Okay, so this will be daring, control, and engineering difficulty of 2 to try to restore some.
Daring or control, you said?
No, daring or control. Yes.
Okay. And difficulty 2?
2. Yep.
Alright. Looking for a focus here. Emergency repairs or diagnostic?
No,
Okay.
this is more of a power management type thing.
Okay, EPS systems.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Alright. And, alright, I'm just gonna.
All right. So the ship will recover 1 power. You may spend momentum to gain additional
have
points of power.
Improved power systems, so we get 2.
Aha! So you were at full power. All right. Did DeGrasse come back?
Yeah, I just got back. What's the current situation?
So something hit your ship and caused a drop in shields and power. And really, I just wanted to know what you would be doing before I move back to Nadon.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, since I'm on the bridge, I mean, essentially observing at this point, I would imagine.
Cool.
Yeah.
And Captain, just as you issue the order to Nadon, your ship shakes violently again. Casey, you do not register any drops in your shielding nor the power, but it does still shake. All right, Nadon, your role will be reason or insight using science. Difficulty of 3. Assisted by the ship's computers and science. So Nadon, you would fail this roll unless you have a way to re-roll.
I'm curious whether I can invoke testing a theory and theory into practice, because I had successfully scanned them previously in the.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Then that would have decreased the difficulty by 1
And giving you an extra dice.
and given me an
Yeah.
die.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead and roll your extra dice.
Just the one?
Yeah, because you already rolled the other two.
That
so
makes
yeah,
more
this
sense.
this will give you 3. Yep.
Great.
So this 1, 2, 3 successes. There is a complication on the table, but you did pass the check. I just want to think what I want to do with that.
Spend one gain, and then 1 momentum to squash the complication.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, cool.
I've detected what they're made out of, Captain, but I don't recognize it. I'll call it up on screen. So yeah, I will call it up on screen then.
All right, it should be up on your screen now.
Sweet. Huh.
Captain Pratt, give me Insight Command difficulty of 2.
If that's what I think it is, the screens would all go haywire. But
Reasons, Captain. Reasons.
it's a difficulty of 2.
Of 2, yes.
Take a threat. Composure for a focus. Stretching. You know what? I will use my joint talent to gain a focus.
Sure.
Not in a while.
So what joint talent are you gaining for the duration
Focus.
of this?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure one out. Chemistry for a focus. That or
So I'll probably take Starfleet Protocol
okay, yeah, that'll work.
because I think that would be the only thing that would apply unless we dig for something.
No, that'll be fine. Take a threat.
Yep, I already took the threat.
I'm not gonna chance it.
All right, yep, I believe you guys get a momentum.
Well, this is quite interesting. Does this appear to be natural?
I will answer it for a momentum, Captain.
Sure.
Oh no, it's imploding around us.
Nadine, you have a hot mic.
Sorry about that.
You got my last message, right, Captain?
Yeah. Lieutenant Nadine, begin scanning for Boronite ore. Number 1, can I see you in my ready room?
Yes, of course, Captain.
But before you guys get in there, you feel the ship shake once again. And we'll go ahead and go to the Captain's ready room.
So DeGrasse braces as the ship shakes again. Captain, what the hell is that thing?
That, Commander, would be the Omega particle. Well, Omega molecule.
The Omega molecule.
It is a highly unstable molecule, deemed to be one of the most powerful substances known to exist. It affects exactly mimics to what we've been experiencing so far, rendering warp travel nearly impossible. That flash that was experienced 90 years ago is probably a result of the Omega particle exploding. Whatever the Ino Union is doing here, it is a detriment to all of the galaxy if they continue these experiments. Assuming that they're the ones behind it.
Captain, how dangerous are we talking? Obviously, it's a threat to our ship, but
It would make warp travel seamlessly impossible if this were to spread. Let alone try to figure out how to even stop this sort of chain reaction that's been going on. I don't even want to fathom what it could do.
Well, if you're aware of it, I'm assuming that Starfleet has done some sort of research on this. Do you know how to stop it?
I'll have to pull up relevant material. I was only briefed momentarily on the molecules effects. It's one of the few things that every captain is informed about and no one else.
Understood. Well, I think it stands to reason that we have to either stop it or prevent the Eno Union from conducting whatever research they're conducting, or both. Is there anything, excuse me, is there anything that we can do to prepare for its effects?
Conduct initial scans, and then we need to move the ship away from this area as soon as possible before further damage to the expedition is ensured.
And your ship shakes violently again, and the power flickers a little bit.
Please work with the Don and see that we collect as much information as we possibly can before we move out and away from the area.
Understood, Captain.
You're dismissed.
Yes, sir. And DeGrasse will head to the bridge and join Nidan to conduct the research.
All right. So DeGrasse leaves the ready room. Captain, is there anything else you do in here?
I would like to get a priority one message out to Starfleet Command.
All right. I'm gonna have to get a difficulty 3 communications roll. Up, if it's priority 1, I'm gonna have to up that difficulty. Difficulty 4.
Activating crew support. Have Nate do it.
Yep.
Ensign Knight, patch me through to Starfleet Command Priority 1.
Aye, Captain. Patching you through now. Then go ahead and make the.
It's control engineering, right?
Yes. And then assist by the ship's communications engineering.
Always prepared, always vigilant for a value. Suspend determination.
Sure.
Take a threat.
I guess the ship could be engineering or command, because you're trying to get through the Starfleet. You said one threat.
Yeah. Because she has bold engineering.
Mm-hmm. And you spent momentum too, right?
Yes. But but I think we get that. That's 5.
All right, then just need the ship. So communications, then either command or engineering. Cool. So that'd be 6 total. So you guys get 2. And you are patched through to Admiral Nea. It is a little staticky, of course, but you are able to get through to the Admiral.
Admiral, we found the source of the cause of this anomaly, what's called the Devil's Triangle.
The fact that you're calling me Priority 1, Captain, tells me this is not good news.
Indeed, it's not. It appears that the cause of this anomaly is due to a coalition of omega molecules.
Is it confirmed?
These particles of this unknown matter is very reminiscent of the omega part or the omega molecule, as well as there is another government at play is conducting scientific is designated this area, this whole entire sector, as a testing ground within Federation space. I have asked to meet with one of the representatives. They're known as the Eno Union. They could be the potential culprits behind this. It seems that their ships are easily to traverse this sector of space, possibly. Their ship, when we encountered them, suddenly disappeared. Whether it was by means of advanced technology or some sort of cloaking device.
I'll start getting information on this Eno Union. I've never heard of them.
Neither have I.
Omega. Well, Captain, I'll try to get the Omega teams ready, but I don't think they'll be able to get down to you quickly. And if this Eno Union is doing active experiments on this particle, they need to be stopped, and stopped now.
Agreed.
Try to locate this source of Omega and do what you can. I'll start getting things ready on our end and see if we can't find this Eno Union.
But be advised, Admiral, whatever is causing this is draining not only our shield strength, but also our power every time we are impacted by the molecule. We are conducting as much testing as we possibly could at this current time. But if the need be arise, I may have to abandon our position and then conduct with the Eno Union on their possible involvement in this.
Captain, you are well aware of the Omega Directive.
I am indeed,
The mission.
Admiral, but this Devil's Triangle hasn't expanded for 90 years.
Of course, do what you see fit, Captain. But do keep in mind the Omega Directive. By any means, Captain.
I am aware, Admiral.
Keep me informed of your progress, Captain. I'll try to get you the resources.
Understood, Admiral, but further communications may not be possible. Just getting this message out alone is difficult.
I understand. I've been reading your reports, Captain. Omega. Never thought I would see the day.
Neither did I. If there's any other further orders, Admiral, I will be having my teams conduct a thorough research.
Good luck to you, Captain.
Expedition out.
And the transmission cuts.
and she starts pulling up all relative information on the omega molecule.
Cool. Since you're captain, you are basically able to access that. And as you're doing research, we will go to the bridge. Let me turn off all these dots of death for you guys. All right, so just so I could get a quick status update of the ship, you did order an all stop, correct?
To back us away and study the anomaly at a distance.
Okay. Cool. Go ahead and roll me a daring con difficulty of if you succeed, for the rest of this scene, you don't have to worry about taking damage because he'll be able to avoid it.
What was the difficulty you cut out there?
Difficulty of 2.
Push the limits.
Yeah,
So
there's an environmental hazard here.
difficulty 1.
Yep. And then assist by engines con.
Take a threat. Flight control systems for refocus.
Yep. So much threat.
Rerolling the comp. Good God.
I know, right? He's doing it so well. You probably have float at this point. So that would be 6 successes in total.
So 3 float. Could we create the advantage that the ship is just close enough to get more accurate readings for Nidan, potentially reducing her difficulty by 1?
Yes, I will give her an advantage to use during her scanning, and she gets to name whatever it is before the scan for the duration of the scene. So she basically has like an advantage like the doctor or the engineer would have for the rest of the scene. Because he's doing so well at maneuvering. All right, so the question then is so what exactly are you guys doing now?
So DeGrasse is going to ask Nidan to conduct any scans that she can to gather as much information on this phenomenon as possible, and offers her his assistance if needed.
Appreciated, Commander. I will conduct scans into not only the mystery molecule, but also the spacing of the clear zones, for want of a better phrase. Just looking to see if there's any organization on the clear zones. Or now we know they're like areas of the concentrated particle. So, do you follow?
No.
Okay. What I'm trying to do is see if those things that are impacting our shield are distributed randomly, or if there's some organization to them.
Oh, okay.
And
Cool.
also trying to get some more information on the internal structure of the things that keep impacting our
Sure.
ship.
All right, I could probably group that into one task. What do I want it to be, though? So I'm probably going to let you do this with established sensor data. So you probably use computers and science for this. So then you don't have to worry about the difficulty increase of trying to scan them again.
Does my focus in computers apply in that case?
Probably not computers, but this would probably turn on your testing of theory stuff.
Okay.
So, just trying to get you a difficulty now. You know what? I got a difficulty in head and I got all this threat. We'll make it a diff 5, complication range 3.
Oof. Okay then.
So it'd be base difficulty of 5 before any adjustments, complication range of 3. And a lot of this is just your familiarity with this.
Okay.
And to Gross, I will give you an assist. Because you got one of these sciencey consoles over here.
Is the ship going to assist at all?
Yeah, computer science.
Great. If I wanted to get a 4th die, how much momentum would that be? Currently I have 3 because of theory into practice.
So it'll be 2 more momentum to get the 4th dice.
Okay, I'll go ahead and spend that then. Great. Pulling in the expedition, computers, science. Okay.
Right.
And GM, will you take sensor operations for focus?
No, because you're doing this off of a previous interest.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I believe one of your things lowers the difficulty, does it not?
I believe you're right. Let me double check which one it is. Sorry, my there we go. My PDF was frozen for some moment. There we are. Yeah, so theory into practice is the one that reduces the difficulty of the task by 1.
Okay, so so in that case, you would bank 1 momentum, and then there is a complication on the table.
Any momentum to quash it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm just typing out how I want this to read.
While all of this is going on, Dr. Corin is going to be walking around the bridge and also having the rest of the medical staff go around the ship and check on everybody and just make sure that everyone is uninjured.
Cool. Yeah, there's just some bumps and bruises. You know, maybe a broken arm here or there. Nothing. Nothing that will overwhelm your medical team.
Cool.
Trying to get all my thoughts out.
Commander, this is interesting. Also, it appears to me like it has some level of sentience.
Yeah, it looks like there's some sort of pattern almost.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
coordination. I've never seen anything like that before.
Huh.
Especially since it's a molecule, it shouldn't have the level of complexity needed to
Yeah, there's
have sentience.
can't see how this is exchanging information within itself to generate even a rudimentary form of sentience. Well, let's record everything we can and make sure that we just get as much information on this phenomenon as possible. I'll let the captain know.
So don't forget about any free questions that you might have, as well as possible momentum spends for.
My question would be, how advanced does the level of sentience appear to be? Okay. My next question would be, how far does the molecule seem to extend? Like, is this something we could find anywhere that there is the particle radiation that we've detected, or is this something that is localized just to this star system?
So this is going to be a roll for a sensor scan.
Okay.
So if there's any other questions you want to ask about the molecule itself, if not, that would be a different scan or a different.
I guess I'd see if I could determine how it's sucking the energy out of the ship before we move on to the next part of distribution.
Sorry, my audio interface disconnected. What was the question?
How is it that it is absorbing energy from the ship? And is there any risk that I'm thinking here of things like thermal and shock sensitive explosives, where is there any risk that we could set it off somehow if we input too much energy from our ship's shields to it?
All right. So I'll accept this.
Interesting. So Commander, it appears that the molecule pulls the energy into itself and then transfers energy from our shields to elsewhere in the system. And it appears like that ship that we encountered was disintegrating the particles with its weapon.
Transfers the energy somewhere else in the system.
Yeah, like
they...
within.
So that's not correct. It pulls the energy and kind of feeds off of it. Like it transfers itself to its own molecules.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
ask if it was feeding on it or if it was, sending it somewhere. Okay. That's interesting. So they weren't necessarily conducting research on it. They were eradicating it. Well, thank you, Nadan. Excellent work as always. See what the captain has to say. Continue gathering as much data as you can until we have to get out of here. And DeGrasse will go to the captain's ready room.
Okay. Now I will do that more extensive scan to see if I can determine how spread out it is and how far it extends.
All right, I won't make you roll for it.
Huh. Interesting. So it's concentrated around the gas planet. I'll transfer that to DeGrasse as well.
Cool, and we'll go ahead and go to the ready room.
So that's the radiation that's concentrated around a gas planet.
The molecules.
The molecules. Gotcha. Captain, I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all, Commander.
So, Lieutenant Nadan has been able to find some rather interesting information. Not only does it appear to obviously be the molecule that you suspected it was, there also appears to be potentially some sentience associated with it. After further scans, we found that there's a component of organic and complex amino acids, several meters long, multiple potentially sentient organisms. In addition, it looks like the power drains that we're seeing on the ship are these organisms feeding off of the energy and pulling it into themselves. And finally, to our best guess, it looks like the Eno Union ship was eradicating or disintegrating the molecule. And as a result, the radiation signature, and it looks like it dissipated into the surrounding particles. And these particles appear to be concentrated on a gas planet in this system. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
Work with the chief, see if we can, and Don, see if we can modify the shields to emit, to pulse away the molecules as they get closer to the ship. Hopefully, that will avert any energy drain on the vessel.
Understood, Captain. Is Starfleet aware that these particles came with an organic component, potentially sentient?
What I'm about to tell you is highly classified, Commander. But Starfleet did an experimentation creating the Omega molecule. This molecule is definitely distinctly different. And usually, the Omega molecule doesn't last longer than a few nanoseconds. But a mere handful of this molecule could destroy an entire quadrant. If this portion of the system is correct, there's enough of this Omega molecule that could destroy the entire universe.
Understood, sir. I didn't wake up this morning thinking that this would be the stakes.
Believe your lunch menu seems much more appetizing than our current situation.
As painful as that was, I have to agree with you, sir. May I be dismissed to gather Nidan and the chief to see what we can do?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, Commander, was the preliminary results was this molecule appeared to be sentient, or sapient?
Sentient from best we can tell. To be fair, I am not sure that we were able to accurately gauge the complexity of how it might think.
Understood. You're dismissed.
Thank you, sir. And with that, DeGrasse will gather Nidan and let the chief know that we're heading down engineering.
All right, sorry about that. I had the bio break.
I will prepare for company.
No worries, Ed. So DeGrasse, the captain's ordered DeGrasse and Nidan to head down to engineering to meet up with the chief to see what they can do about emitting a pulse to move the particles out of the way of the ship.
Cool. All right, so feel free to role play ideas, and if I hear one, and if you guys come up with an idea that sounds plausible, I'll give you a roll.
Well, Chief, Lieutenants.
Well, we've repelled other things. Use the deflector to emit a wave, perhaps enhance the shield somehow, or a number of different things.
Lieutenant, based on your research, do we have to consider anything like the stability of the particles or anything else while we're engineering a solution?
Given that it appears that the particles or the molecule, when it was destroyed by the ENO Union ship, it appeared to generate radiation. I would assume that yes, Commander. I wonder if there's a way to kind of invert a tractor beam.
say more, Lieutenant. That's an interesting idea.
I mean,
Well, it's made, is it made of the radiation, or it just becomes the radiation if it's destroyed? Because we've already have a way to repel that. So maybe modify that to do so. To repel the molecules.
In Chief, we're doing that with the deflector dish?
Yes.
Okay.
Since we already know how the radiation works. And apparently they have that signature in them, if nothing else, since they're been destroyed, or if they're destroyed, they become that. Can we use that, perhaps, to help?
Well, I'll defer to.
I mean, that's one idea, anyway.
Yeah.
The repulsing, like making a negative tractor beam or something might work too. And maybe my idea might be a little faster, maybe. I don't know. You try it.
GM, have you heard an idea?
I think the last one you were saying is promising. Run me through it really quick.
Was that the deflector dish?
Yep.
Chief, that's all you.
I was thinking of building upon the information that we know about the radiation, that we already have a repelling system set up for it, and since the molecules seem to become, when they're destroyed, get a radiation signature, use that and modify it to work with the molecules and repel them as well.
Okay. Let me make your task really quick. All right, I think we'll do an extended task using controller daring and your engineering score. Difficulty of 3, work 15, magnitude 4, resistance of 1.
Alright. I'm going to use my talent in the nick of time to help with that.
Yep. That is a thing that exists. I think that is the bane of Praxis existence, that talent.
And let's see, what focus can I use? Reverse engineering?
No.
Okay. Computers?
Nope. This is probably going to be like the Flector control. Something
Yeah.
along.
Yeah, I don't have that. Alright. That's fine. I'll buy a third die. Let's see.
So are Nidan and DeGrasse assisting? on this?
Yes. Yep.
Awesome. Awesome.
I mean, I have cautious engineering, so if I failed something, I can re-roll it. But I'm good so far. So that's a good start.
All right, just need Nidan and DeGrasse to roll me the control or daring and engineering for the assist.
Okay.
Ooh.
One of the stats you're actually pretty good at, DeGrasse.
Yeah, I know. I was hopeful. Oof.
All right, so Mendrock nailed it anyway, so you get a momentum out of that. Mendrock roll me 7 challenge dice. DeGrasse and Nidan roll me 1 challenge.
Jeez.
So I get at least 2 additional because of my talent.
Yep. So I'm counting 8 total. Minus the resistance to make it 7.
So Ed, for these types of tasks, I have coordinated efforts.
Mm-hmm.
Scrutinize 2 or progression 1. Scrutinize ignores X points of resistance for each effect rolled, and then progression is makes an additional X work for each effect rolled.
Okay.
So, how many effects do we have? 3.
Yes.
Would you let me? Nah, that doesn't say it in the rule. Never mind. Yeah, I'll just say let's go with an extra progression or 3 progression.
So that's the work, right?
Yes.
All right. So I believe that'll be 10 work total. So it is a breakthrough. All right. I believe that is the new task.
I'll go ahead and buy a die with momentum.
There it is.
All right. Just need the dawn, and then I need everyone to roll me the challenge dice. So right now I'm counting 8.
Is that with the coordinated efforts effect?
No. So that would put it at 10 again. Which would be 2 more breakthroughs. So the last one will be a difficulty of 0. Work is 0. Magnitude is 1. Resistance 1.
I'll go ahead and buy a die since we got momentum. I'll re-roll that 1 because I'm cautious.
All right, just need the assist and the challenge dice, and I believe that will be that for this one. All right, so you're going to gain 6 more momentum.
Yeah, it's just
But yeah, you are able to modify the deflectors to repulse the molecules, so you will not have to worry about them damaging your ship or draining your power.
You want to tell the captain, commander, or should I?
Oh, Chief, you do the honors. She'd love to hear from you.
It would be my pleasure. Engineering to bridge. Or Captain Pratt.
Go ahead, Chief.
Captain, we have developed a method to repel the molecules. It should be safe from further interaction.
Good work, Chief. Thank you.
You're welcome. Engineering out.
Well, Chief, thank you again. Lieutenant, let's head back up to the bridge.
My pleasure, Commander. Good seeing you, Nadine.
Hi, Commander.
All right, back on the bridge.
Is the captain still in her ready room?
That would be a yes.
Okay. Nadine, how much more information do you think we can gather until we need to move away from the molecules?
I'm not sure in what sort of information do you have in mind, Commander?
Well, the captain asked us to gather as much information as we can. Do you think there's anything left in this mine to mine out?
The only other thing I could think of... Probably not, no, Commander. I think we've exhausted our current avenues for investigation.
Understood. GM, are we anywhere near the Eno Union ship where we saw it last?
That's probably close to a million kilometers in the opposite direction, or not? Yeah, you're closer to the system than you were that ship.
Gotcha. Well, DeGrasse will tap the console in his chair and say, DeGrasse to Captain Prax.
Yes, number one.
Captain, I think we've gathered as much information as we can here. The chief has successfully modified the deflector dish, and I think that we can move about freely. Should we proceed on course?
Correct me if I'm wrong on a game real quick, that the molecule was assembling around a gas giant.
Yep.
Yes.
Commander, proceed on course to the gas giant that was indicated in the scans.
Understood, Captain. I'll let you know when we're close to the planet.
Thank you.
Helm, let's lay in a course to the gas giant indicated by the lieutenant scans.
Aye, Commander.
Yeah, let's see what's up with how this molecule is collecting around the planet.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and do some speed of plot because it's still probably going to take a good 20 minutes or to a half hour to get there.
I want to call Casey into the ready room.
Sure.
Before you do that.
Yep. While you're traveling, we'll go ahead and do that.
Awesome.
Get out of here, DeGrasse token.
Take Commander Casey, please report to my ready room.
Aye, Captain. I guess you'll just appear there since it's like a 5-second walk.
Enter.
Captain. What is it you need?
I need you to head down to the armory. She kind of gives them a pad. I need you to prepare multiple gravimetric torpedoes.
Sir?
Just do it, Commander. It's
Yes,
an
sir.
order.
He'll just take a look at the pad. Is that all, sir?
That is all, Commander. You're dismissed.
You will head out.
All right, Casey, go ahead and give me a daring security difficulty 2 to prepare the torpedo. If you do it without question, of course.
Yeah, he'll follow the order. I assume shipboard weapon systems for a focus.
No, because you're not shooting weapons. You're preparing torpedoes. So you're like modifying them.
Yeah. You know. Take a threat then.
I do love threat. Right, yeah. By the time the ship enters the system, Casey, you are able to prepare both torpedoes to the exacting specifications the captain gave you.
Captain, we've arrived at the planet.
Right, I'm gonna give Nadon some free info. Just try to save time a little bit so you don't have to roll.
Commander, the gas planet's core has the same ghost effect as the molecule regions did earlier. As well, there's what remains of a station in orbit of the planet, it appears. And it seems like the highest concentration of those radioactive particles are centered near the planet.
Did you say that there's a station?
Yes. Yes, Captain. Or what remains of one, anyway. Can I pull the station up on screen?
Sure.
Okay, I'll do that.
Cool. So I could just explain this instead of making you roll for it. So on screen you see a heavily damaged station. Just from viewing it, you can make out multiple hull breaches. Several sections of the station's like outer areas have broken off. The main superstructure of the station does appear to be intact, although it does have hull breaches in that part as well. So like it kind of give you like an idea. It's like you have the main superstructure, then probably like habitation rings, and the habitation stuff was broken off, but the main superstructure is still there.
Number one, prepare an away team to head over to the station and see if you can't figure out who it belonged to and get whatever relevant data you can from it.
Aye, Captain. All right. So, do we know if scans showed that there's an atmosphere on the station, or is it?
There is no atmosphere, no life support systems, no power.
Okay. So, EV suits for everyone. I'll be taking Nadon, Casey, and the Chief over. We'll keep this small. Do you guys recommend any other equipment?
We'll go ahead and start a new scene here too, since I have not done that this entire game, and I was supposed to.
I would like to appoint a medical personnel to the team, just in case, as per Starfleet regulation.
Usually Casey does, is like medic for emergencies, but I mean you could probably, I assume, come.
Unless I mean, if you have the medical covered, then I'd be fine with that. But if you need another set of hands, I'd be more than happy to come along.
Doctor, we would love to have you. Will you be coming yourself, or will another medical person be coming?
Well, what would you prefer? Would you prefer I go with you, or would you prefer I send one of my staff with you, Commander?
Well, doctors, much as I love to see your smiling face with us, I tend to leave these decisions up to the command crew. We'll go with your recommendation. If you feel like your efforts are better made on the ship, then by all means stay back. However, you are more than welcome to come with us. That is entirely your choice.
Then I shall equip you with the best medical staff available, and I shall go with you.
Fantastic. Always love to have you.
Cool. I will go grab my medical kit then. Meet you down in shuttle bay in 10 minutes.
Sounds good. See you in 10.
Roger, roger. And Corin will go down, get his stuff put together, and get all of his equipment ready, and then go down to the shuttle bay when everybody's ready.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna speed through some of this stuff. You're able to bring all your basic equipment, your EV suits, your engineering kits, your med kits, your phasers. If there's anything else you guys want, let me know now, and they're gonna be spends for anything extra you want to bring. If not, we'll go ahead and say you load them the shuttle bay and already headed over. Unless, like I said, there's anything else you want to bring.
Not from my perspective. Do you guys have any preferences?
The only thing I would do is the radiation resistance stuff.
Yeah, that I always assume you guys are doing because of what you guys did the first. So
Yeah.
I assume you get your inoculations before you go.
Yeah, I assume it's standard
Yeah.
procedure.
Yeah, set up as a standard procedure thing.
Yeah.
This was something you guys set up the first week, so I don't even pay that much mind because you guys already took these steps to do that.
True enough. No worries. Just wanted to role play that out, or at least.
Oh no! So sometimes I mean it's good. Sometimes I'm a jerk and I'll say you didn't do it, but in this case, it's pretty much standard.
Gotcha. Okay. I just, just being cautious as my talent.
Yep. So is there anything else you guys want to bring?
No, we know the station has no power, right?
That is correct.
Alright. And from what I remember, my engineering kit has a portable battery thing in it from last time.
Yes.
I did that before. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So for now, I'm not going to worry about anything else.
Cool. All right. So without further ado, just because we're kind of running a little bit, I'll go ahead and say you guys already docked with the station, and you're started to make your way through the station. So you board the station, you start to make your way inside. The damage to the station is extensive. Damaged bulkheads, destroyed computer terminals, scorched and burned walls and corridors. After a few minutes, you make your way into what appears to be a control center. burned skeletons of the dead still haunt the room. Most of the computer terminals are destroyed, but a single room off the main control room appears to house the only intact computer terminal.
Doctor, can you get some scans on the crew?
Looks like somebody destroyed this place, Commander.
Yes, sir. On it.
I'm gonna look at the computer, see if I can restore power.
I'm gonna go ahead and go through the and make sure if there really are no survivors, and if I do find any survivors, then I'm gonna focus mostly on.
So most of the bodies in this room are skeletons, burned skeletons at that.
Oh yikes!
Um, so unless there's something specific you're looking for, that pretty much determines how they died. And then for Mendrock, to power up the computer terminal, it's going to be control engineering difficulty of 2.
Okay. Control engineering. I'll buy a die. And emergency repairs for focus. Get the power online.
No, this isn't really an emergency situation.
Okay. Alright. I won't worry about it then.
All right, you get 2 momentum out of that, so you're back up to full. The computer terminal powers on, and after you run through a translation matrix, it is basically requesting an access code.
Of course. Any ideas?
One, two, three, four.
Is there any on the bodies? Are there any like dog tags or key cards or anything?
Maybe.
Look around.
So I'll give one person a roll for this, and 1 assist. We'll go ahead and make this insight or daring and security. To kind of sift through the bodies and try to find an access code. We'll make this a difficulty of 3.
Sorry, was this a security one? I missed the discipline.
Yes.
All right. What were the attributes again? Or what was the attribute? Sorry.
Daring or insight.
Okay. Observation for a focus.
Yep. It is
Yeah.
difficulty of 3.
Yep.
And you know what? I got all of this momentum, Casey. Let's go and up that complication range to 2.
In that case. Could I spend the determination on mission directive? For this?
I don't think so.
In that case, I'll do 1 threat 2 momentum for 4 dice.
Okay, you gain a momentum back. Unless you have a reroll there.
Yep.
Epic
Oh,
reroll.
yes. There is a complication. What would you guys like to do with that?
Epic reroll.
Okay. Casey, you do eventually find what appears to be like a key card type thing that you think that you can insert into the computer terminal.
I will try to insert it.
And the computer automatically fills in the access code spaces, and the computer turns on.
Chief, I think it's working for you.
Thank you, Commander.
And I will post this in general chat. This is kind of what is popping up on the.
Mm-hmm.
Since I figure you guys are all kind of gathered around it, looking intently.
Experimentation laboratory and sample containment. Is this a split up gang moment?
I think we'll have to
This-
split the party.
This makes me wonder if the molecule is a side effect of this experiment going wrong, or someone obviously attacked the station to get this information. One of these two conjectures.
Okay. Casey,
can I?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, can I scan the burn marks on the wall to see if they seem like energy weapons or possibly some other sorts?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
Go ahead and give me insight security difficulty 2, Casey.
Roger that. Would any focuses apply? I don't really know what this task is, I guess.
Observation.
All right. Take a threat.
That's kind of your catch-all.
Yeah. Yeah, my best focus because it's just everything, but he's observant. And awesome.
So from the best you can tell, Casey, the damage to the station was caused by a large-scale explosion.
Can I tell if it was an energy weapon or like a deliberate weapon or possibly another occurrence? Like it was directed.
You're not exactly sure of what caused it, but you could tell it was definitely not a directed energy weapon. You could rule that out, but you don't know exactly what caused it.
Roger that.
GM, did we know the species on this station?
They do not match any known Federation species. Or they do not match any Federation known species.
Did we gather data on the experimental pilot? Did we have anything on her species?
It does not match the bodies here. Her body does not match the skeletal remains here.
Okay. So in that case,
different skull shape.
okay. So in that case, I'll ask the doctor to collect any information that he can on the species here, just to make sure we have some sort of record or log of them here.
Right, Commander. I just had the same thought. I will go look for some sort of medical facility.
Actually, I would say that if possible, you could just use scans from your medical tricorder here, and then we can proceed to the experimentation laboratory and what might be up your alley, sample containment.
Well, right. Right. Let's do that.
You're able to collect the scans of the skeletons. It's pretty simple. It's really just cataloging the structure and the find the best you can. Obviously you're just getting the skeleton, but you're able to get that no problem. And so you guys are heading to the 2 locations. Are you guys going together, splitting up?
I
Yeah,
say we stay together.
I think it would be better if we stick together.
Because last time we split up,
I know-
you got attacked.
Yeah.
Oh,
on that planet.
so much more interesting things happen when we split up. Okay.
It
right.
is a fact.
So 2 for, 1 against. Casey, what do you say?
I'm ready to go. I can take a look at the sample containment if you'd like, but I'm not sure how much my knowledge would shed light on that area.
And Nadon, stay together, split up.
I think that sticking together is likely the least risky course of action.
All right then.
Yeah, more heads. You know what they say, 2 heads better than 1 or something like that, and many hands make light work, as it were.
Understood, Doctor. All righty. Let's all stay together, keep alert, and we'll head to sample containment first.
Okay, so you guys are heading down there. I gotta go back to the bridge really quick. All right, so really quick, since all of you are gone, I need to know who's manning what stations, and then who's playing them, so I can send info to.
Ensign Coda always takes my station. I think.
Whoever the assistant medical is, whoever the assistant chief is probably down in medbay, and then
Cool. Yeah, I just need the bridge positions. So Coda, and that's been Casey. Okay.
I generally act as, in effect, a con officer when I'm there, or I support the con officer, so I think the con officer could probably take over.
Or Salvo is probably taking your spot.
Captain, a ship has just dropped out of warp near the gas planet. It is similar to the one we encountered earlier from the Eno.
The ship moves within orbit of the gas giant and sends out some type of beam energy toward the planet's core.
Hail that vessel.
Opening channels.
This is Captain Israel Prax.
Captain, they didn't respond.
Oh, yeah, probably let the captain
Yeah.
talk.
Would you
but-
like an open channel, Captain?
Yes, I would like an open channel.
I'm ahead of you right now.
Yeah.
Never mind. So I'm assuming they just don't answer in reply to what
Yeah, they don't answer, but yeah, if you wanted to give a cool speech, you know.
No, the moment's gone. So
Sorry,
Sorry,
Captain.
you killed that one.
Ensign Silva, are they proceeding with destroying the molecule?
Right, so I need Engine Solva to give me a reason or insight science difficulty 5, assisted by the ship's sensors science. So difficulty 4. Whoever wants to play the ensign science officer.
Sure. You said Solva?
Yep.
And sorry, what was the role?
Reason or insight in science, difficulty 4.
Jeez. All right. How much? Okay, we have 3 momentum. Cautious science. Okay. Do y'all care if I use the last momentum for the so that I
Go.
get dice?
Go for it.
All right. And then is there, let's see, so focuses astrometrics, biology, xenobiology, or quantum mechanics. Would any of those work?
No.
No. Okay. And sorry, you said complication was just regular?
Yep.
Okay. Rolling.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh,
Nice.
I
Need
will.
the ship.
Hot damn, Ensign on fire. All right, what do we got?
Yep, just need someone to get the ship up. Yep, you get a moment.
Captain, they are pulling out a sample of the gas planet's core.
Coda, put me back on channel.
Opening channels, sir.
Eno vessel, state your intentions. We have reason to believe that this molecule is sentient. Please respond.
Captain, give me a presence command difficulty 3. And I'll spend 2 threat to make that a diff 3.
let's see if we can get some momentum out of this. Spending my determination on compassion through understanding.
Sure. I think that could apply.
Take 2 threat and persuasion for a focus.
Yeah. Dear God, Captain. So it's seven momentum minus 3, so you get 4 momentum out of that. Alien vessel, you will not interfere with our religious practice.
Your religious practice is at the value of a sentient life form.
The creator must be shared with the universe. Do not interfere.
What is your religious practice entail?
We worship the creator.
The creator, as in the omega molecule. Molecule that was believed at the start of the Big Bang.
We will share the creator with the universe. Do not interfere with our plans, or you will be destroyed.
Vessel, I will have to insist that you stop. That molecule that you are using is highly dangerous and potentially could destroy the universe.
Not destroy.
Please go on. Elaborate.
We will share the creator with the universe. Everyone will learn of its existence. As we have learned of its existence.
Could you please identify yourself? Who exactly do you belong to? Like, who do you call home? What government body? Are you part of the Inno Union?
No. We are the cult of the creator. We have broke from the Inno Union so that we may worship the creator and spread the creator through the galaxy. Do not interfere.
I just wish to know more about your cult. When was the cult founded? Have you been in existence for a long time? Or
No more delays.
please, I would love to understand, to learn more about you. That's why we're out here. We learn about new species and new cultures.
The creator has been collected. Soon you will learn of its existence. And the ship will just disappear.
Ensign Sola, can you get a sensor lock on that vessel? On the last known location?
Doctor, I got the info for you.
Jeez, I'm sorry. I spaced out there for a second. Sure, hold on. They're just gone, Captain. I detected a power fluctuation in their ship, and it just vanished.
Any subspace wake or anomaly in the last location?
Nothing that I can see, Captain. Nothing that our sensors can pick up.
Expedition to away team.
That's going to be a difficulty 3 task. Control engineering.
Freya's up again. Take a threat. Ship real quick. Rerolling the 0.
Yep, the connection goes through nice and clear, Captain.
Away team here.
How much longer do you need, Commander?
Maybe a while, Captain. We've discovered some more interesting spots on the station. Is everything okay?
Wrap it up as fast as you can, Commander. We just had contact with the cult that the Eno Union warned us about. And they just took a sample of the core from the gas giant. I do not like the sounds of this currently. Gather as much information as you can, and then we're going to make contact with the Eno Union. We have a bigger problem on our hands.
Understood, Captain. Should we expect a bumpy ride on the way back? Any hostilities?
None at this time, but I don't expect this cult to be too friendly for if I get the gist of the meaning that they're trying to do. I'll explain more when you return.
Understood, Captain. Away team out.
Back on the station.
Well, that's not great news.
All right, team.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I guess you may have already been going to say this, but Casey would just suggest, in the sake of time, splitting up may be necessary, and he would volunteer to go a separate way if needed.
Well, it seems we have two science, 2 security, and an engineer. Why don't we split off into two teams? How about myself and
Doctor, did you say that you were security?
no, I was saying myself, and I was saying Casey was you. I was thinking you as commanding officer, and Lieutenant Commander Casey both security.
Understood.
I wouldn't trust a grass on the security front,
I
but
was about to say, thank you for the compliment, Doctor. I appreciate that. Very flattering.
Well, what can I say? I am not a security. I am not the chief of security. I'm just a doctor.
Well, I can medicine as well as fight. So if someone's science just wants to go with me, I guess Nadon came with me. Then we have engineering and medicine covered, and then well, three of you will have to compensate for the lack of security. I guess. I guess that's our most even team split.
Power
Not that I
numbers.
expect to encounter hostiles.
At this point, I think everybody on this station is probably neutralized. If we're
Yes.
Pretty
at a certain
pretty
point.
cold.
So.
I would have gotten a ping on my tricorder at least if we had gotten any light. So
Understood.
We say
In
that
that
now
case-
until the GM dumps threat.
Yeah, got a lot of threat. In that case, Casey, Doctor, you
actually,
have
I'd like
to.
see if I can find the med bay just to see if I can find any information on either the Eno Union or the cultists and see if I can find any sort of biological data on them and any kind of other data on them, or maybe on their ships, so that then we can have a tactical plan against anything that might try to attack us in this region.
GM, when we read about the sample containment lab and the experimentation laboratory, did we get any other surrounding data on what they're researching? Is it biological? Is it physical? As in physics?
So exacting information on what they were studying was not found in that computer.
Okay. Doctor, I understand your concerns about wanting to head to medbay, but the two areas of note labeled in the director's computer were the two that we were going to go to.
Yeah, those are priority, and sounds like did we all hear the captain?
Yes, we have
Yeah.
to do this very quickly.
We gotta get out of here soon.
Doctor, let's stick to the two here. If we get through our work very, very quickly, we might reconsider our options. Casey, Doctor. Yeah, unfortunately, time is of the essence. Casey, Doctor, in the chief, head down to sample containment. Nadon and I will take the experimentation laboratory.
Roger that. Right.
Aye,
Casey.
Commander.
Casey, Chief, on me. Casey, take point.
Okay, so we are going to go ahead and start the labs. So that's the Gross and Nadon. So this is for both teams. You're traveling to those locations. You do have to climb down, kind of like a makeshift Jeffries tube, and through hatches and stuff to try to get to their labs. They are on different levels. I'm not going to make you roll or anything for that. Trying to speed up a little bit. But the same thing still remains. Everything is scorched, burned, destroyed. Dead bodies litter the ground everywhere. So we'll go ahead and go to the labs. There's not anything special about the labs, but again, majority of the computers are destroyed, save for a couple that might have been shielded in like a secured bulkhead. You're able to get access to those computers. It's just a thing of turning it on. So this is going to be control engineering difficulty 2 for Nadon or DeGrasse. That team.
And you said control engineering?
Yes.
Nadon, mine is 14. What do you have?
The same.
Alrighty. I have a focus in computers. GM, would that apply?
Yes.
Awesome. I'll take it. You said difficulty 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll assist. If I can assist.
Yeah, we'll give you an assist on this.
I'll take a momentum too. Just for safe seas. Yeah.
All right, you get it back. The computer turns on, and again asks for an access code.
Well, Nadon, let's see if we can pull a Casey here and see if there's any key cards laying about or anything else that'll clue us in on the access code.
Okay, this is going to be Insight Security difficulty. Both of you may attempt this roll.
What's the difficulty again? Sorry, you cut out on my end.
3.
All right, well, I'll take a momentum. We'll just chance it. Nope.
I'll spend a momentum for an extra die as well.
Nice.
DeGrasse, roll me a challenge dice.
Okay.
Okay. Nadon, you're able to find basically what amounts to being scrawled on a piece of paper, like a scorched piece of paper, a 4-digit number. DeGrasse, however, as you're searching, the magnetic boots fail. And so you're basically in the weightless environment.
Lieutenant?
Yes?
Have I suddenly gotten lighter? I didn't realize these could fail.
If the power fails on them, then the electromagnet would stop working.
Huh. GM, is there any chance that I know how to repair these?
I'll give you a difficulty 2 control engineering roll to try to transfer power from another system of the suit.
Gotcha. Would a focus in magnetic boots work? I'm kidding. I doubt I.
Focus at EV suits, baby.
Okay. Nah, nothing. Oh,
Hey, there you go.
nice.
And you get a momentum out of it.
Christ, you guys.
Okay.
So yeah, you're able to pull energy from one of the other systems, probably the internal lighting or whatnot, to the boots to restore power to them. And you slowly float back down to the ground, and you get that womp womp sound as they connect to the ground.
Lieutenant, sometimes I amaze even myself. All right, I was hoping you'd cut me down to size there. No worries. Okay, so you found the access numbers?
Yes, I think so. A 4-digit code, anyway. Let's plug it in and see if it works.
And the computers open up their secrets to you, which I thusly gave you. Let me give it to
Oh, they were using that sort of molecule as a propulsion system.
Huh. DeGrasse taps his comm badge. DeGrasse to Casey.
All right, I'm going to pause you there, DeGrasse. I am now going to go to the other away or the other group. So as all that stuff is happening, you guys make it down to the containment bay, and you basically you walk up on doors that, after translated, have containment bay written on them. Now these doors are made of a material that you have never seen before, and they are blocking all attempts to scan past them. Like your tricorders cannot penetrate the bulkhead of these doors.
Is there a panel to open, try to open the door controls?
There is a panel nearby.
I will try to access the panel.
I will actually not assist. I have no engine.
I will assist, but I will also take readings of the materials on the doors.
Yeah, if this is
Okay.
if this is an engineering role, I'll let you handle it too.
So
Sometimes it's security.
So this is daring, and you can either use your engineering or security. And this will be a difficulty
Difficulty what, sorry?
2.
Okay.
I'd like to scan for life signs beyond the door.
So your tricorder cannot penetrate this door.
Yeah.
Can Mendrock assist me? Or is it just him?
No, this is just enough room for one.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like a small panel, like
Yeah,
the size of a book.
I see what you mean. Take a threat. And here goes nothing. We roll that one, I guess.
Right, you get 2 momentum. And so Casey, you basically use the manual release of the containment area. I need everyone here to please roll me, or everyone that has tricorders out, which I think is Mendrock and the Doctor. Please roll me Insight Science, difficulty 4.
Okay.
Computers focus?
No.
Would xenobiology or infectious diseases
No.
or
I'll just
composure?
buy a die.
What was the last thing you said, Doctor?
I was thinking composure, but
No.
I don't think so. Let's see. I'm gonna spend 1 momentum for a 3rd die so I can activate. Oh wait, no, it's not medicine, so it wouldn't matter. But I'm still gonna get the 3rd die in.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Just
Just do keep in mind this is a difficulty 4.
yeah. I have to.
Actually, you know what? Could I use my determination and use value of insatiable curiosity
Yeah.
to get to
Yes.
automatic is.
Yeah, might be a good idea. I'll spend my determination pushing the boundaries of science.
I will accept them both.
Okay.
So we need to spend one more momentum for the doctor's roll for the extra dice. But that is 4 successes there. That is 4 successes for Mendrock as well.
And I would like to also roll for my determination.
Oh yeah, for veteran. Yep. Go ahead and roll a challenge dice.
How do I do that? It's just 1d6, right?
Yeah. Or you could do it on the challenge dice section of the sheet. Either way. You did not get it back.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so I'm going to post this for both of you in the chat.
Okay.
And just as you guys are making that realization,
Get out of the way!
Casey, you get hailed.
Fuck.
Commander Casey?
Casey, be advised that when you're heading down there, it looks like we've found reports that there might be molecules in the containment area.
I see.
So you might want to role play that out, Medrock. You don't have much time, I'm going to tell you that right now.
Doors! I will close the doors if I have to. I'm like,
Lieutenant Commander, everything okay?
So
I think so. Chief's looking a little lighter blue than normal.
all right, so what are you doing? Otherwise, something's happening.
I'm closing the door.
Okay, Mendrock.
Or it has to
Alright,
be
so-
here. I mean, it's
So this is going to be daring engineering, base difficulty of 3.
Mhm.
I am going to make your complication range 3 because you're basically having to go through Casey to.
All right, hearing engineering.
Yep, daring engineering.
And there's no more momentum. Can I use a milestone and reuse my determination?
As long as you are able to match it up with a value.
Trust me, I'm an engineer.
I'm going to take that because that's hilarious.
All right.
Oh, shit.
All right, so you get there, and the door closes. And your tricorders do not read the molecule out.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
Okay.
Chief?
Yes, Commander.
Why did you close the door?
Because the molecules are coming at us.
Molecules?
Yeah,
Are they
they're
not
inside.
contained?
They're not contained. they're
You're very,
well.
very contained.
loose.
In that case, my thanks, Chief.
They're loose inside there. We probably need to, if we want any of them, we probably need to make a containment field before we try to open the doors again, or just leave it be.
If anything, we should have the facilities to capture anything loose using the facilities of the expedition. At least if I work with Nadan, I'm sure we can figure
Yeah,
something out.
I suggest we return and
We should get out of
notify
here.
the captain and
Seems like
figure out what to do.
seriously get out of here. It is not safe
Yeah, we don't want that door breaching while we're here.
to get up and then pick up the other two, and then I hit my comm. Dr. Corin to the rest of the away team. We have loose particles in the containment area. We need to leave ASAP.
Well, if they've been contained by the door for this long, and they're back in there now, I'm not sure how imminent the risk is.
Well, we're gonna have to devise a means to either, well, if we want to collect them, we'll have to make a containment field outside the door or something. Or
They're
just,
attracted to energy, aren't they? Or is
yeah,
that's something else from earlier? I can't remember.
Yes, I do believe so.
mhm.
I think the only reason we picked up the original signal was because something scraped across our shields, if I'm not mistaken. Oh,
So
hello.
DeGrasse is listening to this on the open comms channel.
So what if we could find or have some sort of container with which they could potentially be trapped? I was just thinking, like, if you like turned off the primary electrical systems of the EV suits, I assume you would just be floating, but I also assume it would have some sort of like emergency oxygen supply. I'm wondering if you could like open the door and then just like have a container with an electrical signal to attract them if indeed we are looking to get a sample, and then just have like one or two people who um are well confident to like use the EV suit without gravity to collect the sample and then bring it back to the shuttle. But that is if the science people think a sample is at all needed for this mystery, but that's my idea. They might have some sort of containers on the station. I'm not sure.
I yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could certainly try it, but
I say we
we'd have-
discuss that with the captain before doing anything foolish.
I would agree with that, Chief.
Because if that other ship returns and starts something hostile, we may be in danger here.
I agree. For now, I think it might be the best option to just leave it where it is for now and go back to the expedition and plan our next move.
Yep.
It
Let the
seems like
captain make that
the
call.
ship's in trouble anyway. And frankly, I'd rather not get left behind.
Well, I don't want to die on a station I have no idea anything about.
Is the doctor's comm badge currently open?
It is. It's open.
Yeah, Casey's comm badge was still open during all this, so you heard all of that.
Okay. So DeGrasse is going to chime in and say, well, gentlemen, thank you for coming up with all these plans. I'll add my 2 cents in the situation. We leave it be for now. We return to the station once the threat has been dealt with of this alien ship. You're hereby ordered to meet back up with Nadan and I, and we'll go to the shuttle and we'll make our way back to the ship as quickly as possible.
Aye, Commander.
Roger that. On our way.
Okay, so I think we will go to the conference room for debrief. You guys get back to the ship without any incident.
Did you discover?
Well, Captain, it looks like we did discover quite a bit. It appeared that the station facility for testing and developing some sort of subspace slipstream engine. We gathered as much data as we could on the design of this engine, and with any luck, the chief should be able to break it down and understand it better than Lieutenant Nadan and I could. We also found schematics for what the station referred to as a sample containment area. However, it appears that containment failed. There were sentient life forms that we discussed earlier associated with the molecule that had breached containment and had flooded the area, and we weren't able to deal with that or collect any samples in time, so unfortunately they remain somewhat in containment on the station.
Yeah, there's a large quantity of those loose molecules being held in that room with that one sealed door.
And you are very sure that these molecules are sentient.
Lieutenant Nadan?
Sorry, what was that? My sound cut out a bit.
No worries. So the captain wanted reassurance that we were confident that the molecules are sentient.
I'm not confident that they have any form of advanced sentience, but they do appear to have at least some degree of self-awareness. If that makes sense at all.
In that case, they're effectively imprisoned in the containment room.
Could you devise a way to communicate with them if they display a higher form of life that we're not yet aware of?
We can certainly make the attempt, Captain.
I would certainly be willing to help Lieutenant Nadan with any further study on the particle or on really anything that's going on in this triangle or nebula or whatever we're calling. All these crazy events all at once. It's just kind of overwhelming. And fascinating.
The reason why I'm asking you to do this is because I'm under one simple order, and that is due to the Omega Directive. It's a highly classified directive dealing with this particle, which is known as the Omega molecule. Is highly dangerous, and even a small handful of the particle, if once detonated, can destroy subspace itself. Displaying the amount of the molecule present here at this location, I can only imagine that the destructive wake from this molecule would practically obliterate all life, or well, no, all subspace within the entire universe. So let me be clear. I am under orders from Starfleet Command to destroy and dispose of this molecule. If there's any indication this molecule is sentient, then we need to know. We need to know soon.
Well then. And Corin looks over at Lieutenant Dan. We'd best get to work then.
Oh. Let's see what we can do.
Captain, permission to head to the science labs so that we can begin our research.
Is there anything else that needs to be added to this briefing?
Actually, I have one last thing. I will need to go over the away team and just make sure that no ill effects from our exposure to the radiation and also to the particle in the containment facility hasn't caused any undue health risks. But other than that, that's the only thing I can think of.
Bridge to captain.
Go ahead, Bridge.
I'm detecting 5 Inu-style ships heading for our position. They just dropped out of whatever it is. They just appeared in front of.
Very well, we're on our way.
And with that will be the end of Flashpoint.